go for a Thanksgiving edition of Bengals Nation, brought to you by Rally House. What a show we have for you tonight at Kroger OTR Eatery. And in the house with Vonn Bell and Mike Hilton is none other than Tee Higgins, coming off his best performance of the season, one of the best of his career. And David Fulcher is back. There he is. That means we can get started. Let's send it over to Chris and the guys.
Well, you could tell after that one, walking off the field, that felt pretty good to win in Pittsburgh, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Anytime you can go in the division rivals' home and take over, you know, that was a big win for us. It was our first one in the AFC North, so now we're trying to get them rolling.
It was definitely a breath of fresh air, getting the first divisional win, and bringing back the win for Mike, and you know how it means to always beat them for him. So, and tired of that music I've been hearing too, so I've been letting him know that.
In that game, Cam Taylor-Britt, the rookie, actually led the team in tackles. He had 12. I know rookies are always hard to come up to speed. What'd you see out of the guy? He played pretty well in one of his first starts.
Just seeing him be himself, you know what I mean? Most rookies try to come in and do too much, but he's the guy that's just going to come in, do his job, and make plays when he had the opportunity, and he did that on Sunday. So we're excited to see him keep growing week by week.
It's very hard to find a corner to tackle now, so that shows the strength of your defense. So he coming up, sticking his face in there, playing fearless, and just going out there just letting it fly. So that's what he does at a high level. So we want to keep on building that momentum for him and keep on playing at a high level.
In the first half, I know you guys are a second-half team. First half, their offense was going toe-to-toe with you guys. George Pickens was making some spectacular catches. I know there's only so much you can do against a guy that size, but what was the difference in the second half that you kind of shut them down?
We just locked in and do what we're supposed to. We knew what they were going to run, but we were just all out of position and out of whack, and it caused us to give up explosive plays. But once we figured that out in the second half, you see, we locked down and we made plays when we needed to.
Yeah, like Mike said, it felt like it was self-inflicted wounds. We were just giving them, just shooting ourselves in the foot, and really not being where we're supposed to be at with the right eyes, right techniques. So we just really just made adjustments at halftime and just played our brand of football throughout the second half.
You guys got Tennessee this week. I know that they probably have this one circled after what happened in the playoffs last year. It starts and ends with them, though, with Derrick Henry. What makes him special?
He's a DN playing running back. I mean, he's 6'5", 250, but he runs a low 4.5, you know what I mean? He's just one of those guys that you know the ball is coming to him. You have to get 11 hats around the ball and just fly around and tackle.
Yeah, he's an avatar, like Mike said, a special talent to get vertical as fast as possible, being that size, and really getting his pass downhill. So and really trying to make the corners tackle, and so that's what makes him special. Getting out on the edge, perimeter runs, and hitting a home run ball for his team. But the offense go through him for sure.
You know, there's a target on your guys' back, being the defending AFC champs. That's been all season, but now that the playoffs are coming up, do you feel that all these other teams are eyeing you, and do you like that pressure that you know they're going to give their best game?
Yeah, absolutely. It shows the type of respect we have around this league. People are coming at us and just giving us their absolute best. So we know what type of team we are. We just got to sit there and do our job. You know, we feel confident about going in every Sunday.
Like Mike said, type of respect we have, but we got to earn it week in and week out. So we got to just do our job and take care of our part and just hope for the best.
All right, we'll check back in with these guys in a minute, but for now, let's send it over to Gary, who has the head coach, Zac Taylor.
Irwin just gets elevated from the practice squad the day before, even though he's always around. What does it mean to have those role players have such a key in a huge win for you guys?
It's critical to our success. You know, it's you're really only as good as the bottom of your roster, because you're going to be counting on those guys at some point. And not to call them the bottom of it, but they've had to fight for everything that they've got, and we've got a ton of confidence in them that when their number's called, that's why they're playing for us. Travion Williams is another guy that gets thrown into that mix too. He stepped up big for us, and so they're all part of this team, and we're counting on every single person we got in the building. And those guys did a great job for us yesterday.
Ted Karras described Samaje in his normal role, the role he fills so well, as he could play guard for us, the way he blocks. How critical is his blocking? And then to see the reward of breaking a team record. No running back had ever had 3 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, he's got no ego about him. He's willing to do any job, big or small. That's part of what makes him a great pro. And we count on him to do a lot of different things for us. And he's kind of our glue guy on offense. We're going to fit Samaje in a bunch of different places, and he's going to make it work. And So we really appreciate the role he plays for us.
We talk about Joe Burrow all the time, and you run out of things to say about him. But as a quarterback who knows what it takes, to see him drop those dimes in the only place, it's almost as if he just handed it to the guy 30 yards down the field. How much of that is natural talent and how much of that is developed by Joe?
I don't know. You know, I've been around the position my entire life. I've never been around someone like this guy. Just how locked in he is at all times and how consistent he is from rep to rep. And I think that's what's so hard in this league for a quarterback is to just lock in and put the pass play away and just approach the next play. So consistent with his drop, his mechanics, his fundamentals, his accuracy, his eyes. You know, I can't answer that question because I'm not even in the same realm he ever was. And so there's a different level of superstardom that he's on. And that's why he is the way he is. And if I could explain it, then I would explain it and have all the other guys do exactly that. But he's a special player.
What does the head coach think the element of revenge will be for the Titans on Sunday?
Faux Rocks Locks, sponsored by Hawksworth.
It is time for Faux Rock Locks, and how could David lose without even being here? Because I picked for him, and I gave you what would seem to be an easy pick. Eagles coming off their only loss. Colts had Jeff Saturday.
Easy.
They almost lost again, but they didn't
like
cover.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Easy like Jeff Saturday morning, and we couldn't beat them.
Hey, at least I made my pick. I was going to ask for a mulligan because when we picked, that was when they were still playing at Buffalo, but I ended up pushing anyway, so I guess I'll take it.
So I got the Broncos, Carolina. Broncos are giving Carolina 2, I believe, 2 or 4, but I'm taking the Broncos to beat Carolina.
Raiders have not showed up all year, a team in disarray. Seahawks are back at home, tough place to win. I'm giving 3.5, taking the Seahawks.
All right, I got the Ravens. Speaking of showing up, they should have blown out a few teams, but they haven't.
3-3 late in the second half?
Yeah, I think they're due. They play in Jacksonville. They're only 4-point favorites. Give me the Ravens to win by at least 10 points.
He's picking the Ravens?
He's wrong.
He's picking the Ravens?
Getting Defensive, sponsored by Blake Maislin.
Y'all give a loud who they welcome to Tee Higgins.
There you go.
Yeah, put that right there, right up in the middle. Yeah.
Let's go right here.
That's good right there.
It's real. What's good? What's good?
What's up, T?
What's going on?
What's up, man? Welcome to Getting Defensive. Glad to have you.
Appreciate you for having
We're
me.
going to jump right into it. Man, where can we start with T, man?
I want to start with your game Sunday, man. I ain't gonna lie. You had a big game, bro. I know things around being said, you know, we can't do it without Jamar, but for some reason people tend to forget about you, man. Just how does it feel to go out there and just prove your worth?
Man, it feels good. You know, a lot of people doubt me. You know what I'm saying? They're not saying I'm a receiver one, anything like that, but, you know, in my mind, I'm always a receiver one. I put in the work, and it showed Sunday night.
Boy, it shows. You're making them big grabs.
Big plays. Big plays going on top.
Week in and week out, I love it, man. I want to know what really started the journey. You know, you're the two-way player, basketball, football. You got offers in basketball. What was your top offer in basketball?
My top offer in basketball was probably University of Tennessee.
Oh, you were hooping.
I had Louisville as well.
Oh, you were hooping. Okay.
Why you didn't hoop then?
Think about it, bro. I'm 6'5" now, right? In NFL, I'm huge. But in the league, I'm Steph height.
Point guard, though.
I ain't had a handle
I see
like that.
shooting guard,
though.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you was committed to Tennessee, then you went to Clemson.
Yeah, I was committed to Tennessee. You know, it was right back home.
Yeah, I know.
But I wanted to change, different scenery. So, you know, in Clemson made me feel at home. So it was an easy choice.
Man, let me ask you. You work with Joe Burrow in and out, man. Just tell her how he is when in the huddle, in the meeting room. Just tell her how he goes about his business.
He jokes around a little bit, but you know, in the locker room, he always playing chess by himself, or he playing ping pong against TB Mitch or Trent Taylor. But other than that, he's a cool guy. We hang out. We go eat Taco Tuesdays, you know, he's a normal guy. So
The back half of our schedule, we got some teams now. What you think it's gonna take for us to make that run, man?
just execute, man. You know, compliment y'all on so offense got to compliment the defense, and just go out there and just play, just be the dogs that we is.
For sure. What's your game day routine though? The people.
I be switching it up. I don't eat breakfast.
I'm the same. I can't eat.
Yeah, I be too eager to play. I hate waiting all day for the 8 o'clock games, but I get up, you know, I get in the shower, throw some music on, put on my clothes, put on the drip, you know.
Okay, yeah.
And then obviously go to the buses. I leave with the first bus, and then get to the stadium. Troy has me come out there, catch tennis balls, and then you know, do the activation.
I like that.
I got one more. Can you say something about some drip?
Okay.
So I ain't gonna lie. Offensive side, I think you got the most drip on the team. Who you think got the most on the defensive side?
You know I'm gonna go with my boy. Bob.
Okay, I can respect that, because Mom be throwing, he be putting it on, man. He be putting it on.
It's not a day that he don't come to work not drip.
Gotta be prepared.
Gotta be prepared. Man, well, see, we appreciate you coming up here,
yes,
man.
Sir.
You know,
yes,
of course the fans love you. You know, we appreciate everything you do. Yeah, let's go get this dub on Sunday, man.
It look good, don't it?
It look good.
Look good.
Earning Your Stripes, sponsored by Rally House.
How much of an element do you think that will be for the Titans, having gone to their place in the playoffs and getting a huge win for you guys?
I think we recognize that this is a big game. Any game, as you get closer to Thanksgiving and beyond, is going to have significant implications. And so our guys will have the right approach this week, and we're excited to get down there.
You've known Ryan Tannehill since Texas A&M days. I mean, you've been with him a long time. He comes to the NFL, and you're with him with the Dolphins. So you know him intimately. Do Lou Anarumo or Charles Brooks or those guys, they come and say, what works against this guy?
Well, he's a great player, you know, and so he's had some big-time performances where you don't overthink that kind of stuff. Obviously, Lou and I were together for 4 years in Miami when Ryan was our quarterback, and different system then than he plays in now, really. And he does a great job executing what they need him to do with the play actions and the nakeds, and those are things that he's always excelled at, you know, going back to his junior year at Texas A&M. And so I got a lot of respect for him. We know the challenge that lies ahead playing against a guy like him, and our guys got to do a lot of work to get ready for this one.
You've said that Mike Vrabel teams kind of reflect him. You know, he's a very physical guy. That's the way he played, and his players play like that. They got a battering ram like Derrick Henry that works perfectly for them. What's a Zac Taylor team? How does this team reflect your values and as it has become in their fourth year at Zac Taylor team? Yeah,
we want to be smart, you know, and that's I think the biggest thing as we built our locker room is guys that they love football, they love playing the game, but they just enjoy the process and all the ins and outs that come with that. And so we take a lot of pride in that, and we take a lot of pride in being an aggressive football team as well. And so again, when we smell blood in the water of chomping down and trying to get on a team and knock them out as early as possible, I think we've done that, you know, some of the last couple of weeks against some of those NFC South teams that we played against, and that killer instinct is important to us.
Head coach Zac Taylor at the Telestrator, including diagramming how Samaje Perine set a Bengals record.
Coach Taylor's Breakdown, sponsored by EverDry.
The first one here is going to be a screen pass. So what you're going to see that Pittsburgh does sometimes is they like to double TB. That's sometimes why it's a little difficult to get the production there. So he's doubling. They're going to put the safety here on number 2, and they're going to put the corner on number 1. And it just happened to work out great here. We're really using TB as a decoy. He takes 2 guys out of the equation because they're doubling him. You see a great job by Stanley Morgan right here on Minka. Good job by Trenton Irwin outside on number 29, Levi Wallace. And then if you look inside here, you're going to see a great job. Kappa usually is the first one out in the equation, but he's going to do a great job getting the play started here. Ted clamps down on the linebacker, and then watch number 67, Cordell Volson here, lead the charge here on Samaje. Samaje doing a great job setting up the blocks, being patient. But just really good work there by the entire offensive line and the receiving core. Good job by Burrow baiting in the D-line for the rush. And you're going to see here, you look at Stanley Morgan right here on Minka. Such a great job allowing Samaje to get the play started there, and Cordell cleaned it up. Then you look at the next play we have. This is another touchdown here for Samaje, and the concept is really going to be trying to get Hayden over here on a corner route. If they swap this off between the safety and the linebacker, they didn't. Linebacker runs through here. Safety takes Hayden. So Joe does a great job of getting it to him quick. This is why we do all the tackling drills that we do. This situation for our defenders and our running backs and skill players, being able to make that play. And so that's a contested play over there for Samaje that he steps up and does a great job executing and finds a way to get into the end zone for us. Great protection up front too. Then you look at the second one. It's just going to be a sprint out. It's a little bit of a pick play. We're trying to make this defender have to make a move here over the top or underneath of Trenton Irwin. He's going to get vertical and finish at the back pylon. They do a great job. Minka instructs them to swap this off. So they're in man coverage, and you can see they combo that. So now we know if they combo that, they're going to take away the low player. Trenton's got to have leverage here on the inside defender, and now he's got to win to the pylon. So he wins there. Joe does a great job giving an opportunity, and Trenton comes back and makes the play for his first career touchdown. And as you can see, everyone's very happy to see Trenton do that. He's earned it. Next play we got here on offense is, again, another route here for Samaje. And, again, they're a big man coverage team down here in the low red zone. This is a form of a chicken route, as we call it. So Trenton Irwin's going to go in there and play chicken. We can't touch him beyond 1 yard of the line of scrimmage, but we can make him slow down his feet when he's in man coverage on the running back. And so it's a little bit more difficult to tackle him in space. So Trenton does a great job of doing his job here, playing chicken with him and then avoiding him and not touching the defender. So it's not an illegal pick. And great job there by Samaje, again, finishing the drill there. So good accurate throw there by Burrow. Great protection up front. Great job finishing the run there by Samaje, but everybody played a part in that. And then you look over here at the defense side of the ball, and what you're going to see here is they're going to change the passing strength. They're going to go from a 3-by-1 with 2 receivers and a tight end over here to 2 receivers on the other side. So that's going to change the passing strength. That's going to cause Mike Hilton to have to run across the formation and the backers to have to flip. Then they're going to fly motion him back. And our guys do a great job of just putting their cleats in the ground, passing it off, and you can see Jermaine Pratt there making a great tackle. So, again, a lot of communication, a lot of things going on when they change the passing strength and then they jet motion it back. That's something our guys work long and hard on. There's a great reaction there by all of our players fitting in their gaps. You can see everybody's very gap sound here, and Jermaine's the unblocked player doing a great job coming in there and making the play.
We check back in with head coach Zac Taylor to get the game plan against the Tennessee Titans.
This is my glory.
Chris's Star Matchup, sponsored by Gold Star.
This week's matchup is kind of a redemption for the Bengals along the offensive line. In the divisional win against the Titans, Jeffrey Simmons absolutely abused the Bengals front seven. 3 sacks, was pressuring Joe Burrow almost every play in what would become a telltale sign of what was to come in the Super Bowl with Aaron Donald. This is why you sign guys like Ted Karras, like Alex Kappa, because of the problems the Bengals had on the interior offensive line. Now they get to go up against one of the premier defensive tackles in all of football.
He's outstanding. He impacts everything. At the point of attack in the run game, he affects the passer in the pass game. He's got all the traits that you'd want to see in a great defensive tackle, and he's had a tremendous career there so far.
Keys to the Game, sponsored by Kia.
Zach, a lot of momentum going into this game. They've got some too. They've won 7 of 8, and their only loss was in overtime to Kansas City without Ryan Tannehill. This is 2 teams on a kind of a collision course. What's it going to take to repeat what you guys did in an even more important game, the playoff game last year?
We're going to have to be situationally sound. We're going to be disciplined in this game and maximize all of our opportunities, because when you play a style of team like this, they're not going to give you a lot of opportunities. They're going to play the time of possession game. They got a physical rushing attack. They're really physical at defense, especially up front. And so you got to be able to take full advantage of every opportunity they give you.
It's a rematch of last year's NFL playoff win in Nashville. Catch it live on your home of the Bengals, Local 12 at 1. And for the best way to get ready for the game, always catch Bengals Nation Saturday nights at 11:35. T, I know when your segment earlier on getting defensive, we brought out the poster and it had your signature on there. Now, I know Clemson, you're popular there, Ohio State and Ole Miss, you guys can be big man on campus, but I want to know about the evolution of your signature, how it's evolved since collegiate days to professional.
Well, my signature is very basic. It's always been the same since I was in high school. So I just kept it. Some people don't like it, but I don't care.
That's good. Stay there.
I agree. You look at my signature, you're going to see an M and an H. Gets the point across, so we good.
Oh, yeah. Straight to the point.
Simple and effective. You got to love it. All right, now this week, obviously a big week for you guys in the NFL, but college-wise, it's rivalry week. Mike, you get to enjoy the Egg Bowl without anything in the locker room, but we got some guys from that school up north, and we got a guy from South Carolina. What is rivalry week like for you guys in the locker room?
I just yell, go Bucks all the time and beat blue. I try to bet, but they denied it, so we don't got to say the amount, but.
Yeah, me and Hayden Hurst, you know, he went to South Carolina, I went to Clemson, so we definitely got a little bet going on. If they win, I got to put on his college jersey, and if we win, he got to wear something that got Clemson on it, so.
There's nobody from Mississippi State, so I'm solo this week.
Go State.
Go Big Blue.
See?
Go Tigers.
Go Gamecocks.
All right, it's Thanksgiving this week. You're lining up for the holiday. You got all the food options. What's going on your plate? What do you need?
You need the whole menu or just a couple of things?
Your favorite parts of Thanksgiving?
Dressing with the cranberry sauce.
I'm going to dessert.
Which
banana
one?
Pudding.
They said my top two. Got the dressing and the banana pudding.
Beautiful.
Everybody go get the butter pie from Jeff Ruby's. You'll thank me later.
Oh, yeah, the butter pie go crazy.
You guys, obviously, you go against each other in practice a lot. I've seen the training camp. I've been to practice. I see it sometimes. These guys will get one on you, or you'll get one on them. How much do you let them know after practice or during practice? How much trash talking is there that, you know, maybe you get a pick on Tee or Tee catches one over one of you?
Oh, if they have the uncensored versions of training camp one-on-ones, y'all will get a real look. But we just out there competing, man. You know, we know going against those guys and making us better and vice versa. So it's nothing but good competition.
It really be the 50-50 balls sometimes, or the red zone lockout. That's where it really get heated.
Yeah,
That's where it really.
The red zone lockout. That's where everybody get in really into it.
All right, for Thanksgiving, we don't have game balls to give you guys, but we want you to help our people that come here for Bengals Nation give our end of the locker room after that victory, especially in Pittsburgh, with a
Who they say they're gonna beat them Bengals.